And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Giants. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They go play action with Osweiler. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. From the red zone now, here's Osweiler on first down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there for the 20th time this year as he continues what could be a record-setting season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman, down to about the 22 here. Call it a pickup of 7 on the ground. That trims it to a 3rd and 15 situation. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
3rd and long. It's Osweiler. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Sheldon Day in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. And Janikowski bangs it through. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Freeman. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And it's complete. Hooper. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Finding some room at midfield. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he finds his target, Terrence Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. On first down, Ryan. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Going up top. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And now a long one for Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 in his career, but that was all the way back in 2006. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
2nd and 10 now. Osweiler powering his way forward. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
From midfield now, here's Osweiler. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Osweiler now 5 of 6. Very accurate since taking over. And he's got his guys a first down. They'll throw on first down with Osweiler. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Osweiler. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the shotgun, Osweiler. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
This will be taken at the 10. And bulldozing his way through. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now Saquon Barkley. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Barkley. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Play action. Now Osweiler. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
We always admire guys with arm strength, don't we? Whether it's misplaced or not at times. But when you throw a comeback route, you have to have arm strength to complete it, and Brock Osweiler just showed it off.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing now, Osweiler on first down. And that is incomplete. Red Allison, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Tackle made by the second-round pick, Isaiah Oliver. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Giants on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now it's Osweiler. And this is caught off the deflection. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Sometimes it pays to be lucky rather than good. That was not even the intended receiver on that pass.
But still able to haul it in for the reception. They'll run with Barkley. Oh, some strong running. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
This is a question of who wants it more. Easy to get stuck behind all the big bodies, but you've got to find a space and fight forward for the first down.
Barkley will try to punch it in, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
39.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And Bryant missed it. No good. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. He finds an opening past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Let's go.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A gain of 13 and also the first down.
Hey, let's go.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Hey,
Now Ryan on 1st down. And finding the tight end Hooper. The 20. That one goes for 24 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
A 1st down carry for Smith. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. From the gun, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Falcons will call on Matt Bryant for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Bryant's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And some room to work. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And a fantastic return all the way down to the 20.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did. On
2nd down, here's Osweiler. And he finds Shepard. offense. Sterling Shepard, his second touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for two.
Lucky 56.
Now Osweiler. And his throw is incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And here now come the Falcons. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Ryan. He's going to air one out. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Tuesday. 22. All right, 25.
To throw on 3rd down. Ryan. He's going to look deep down the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Osweiler. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Osweiler. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The Giants on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
From the gun, it's Osweiler. He finds Beckham complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Calling a gain of 10, and they pick up the first. Here's a give to Barkley. There he goes inside the 30. And he gets knocks this one down to the 24. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
No, check, Patriot!
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Giants on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ryan now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. He showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Get up!
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Now Osweiler on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. A handoff to Barkley. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Giants on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 10. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Let's go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Gun, gun. 25. 21.
On first down, Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way down, and that's caught inside the 30. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to run with Freeman. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They'll try and run. Freeman. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Kareem Martin in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is Barkley. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. The Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. Ryan. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Bryant tacks on the extra point. They are in the 4th in Buffalo, and the Ravens now really pouring it on. If they could win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season. And this will be recovered by the Giants, and that ought to just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Osweiler to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about